going to pitch to you a potential real business. This is a business that, well, I came up with the differentiating factor of this business a while ago, lent it to a couple of students who decided not to move forward with it, and so I'm taking it back. I was hoping that they would move forward with it, so I didn't have to, but I think it's a good idea in my opinion, but you know, we need to see, every entrepreneur thinks their own ideas are fantastic. So this idea needs to have some contact with the real world. And since we're doing 24 steps to a successful startup, today we're going to let you guys practice step 1 on this business idea. I've done some of this work before, and I will continue to be working on it as well, but your input, in addition to being for class credit, will also be personally helpful to me. So please don't lie. If you have to not do something, do that instead of lying to me, because I'm going to kind of count on everything being honest and above board. Okay, let's talk about a new way to give gifts. What I want to do, what this business does, is solves permanently a gift-giving problem. The gift-giving problem is that there's always one person in our life who's really, really special, and we really want to do good things for them. We want to make them happy. We want to buy them things that they will like and appreciate. So with that in mind, the purpose of a gift is to make the other person happy, right? Everything else is secondary. You buy someone a car, yes, they can have transportation, but the idea is you want to make them happy. The problem is all gifts are temporary in nature. You can give someone a diamond that's 200,000 years old, and it'll last 200,000 years after they're dead. But the diamond itself, the gift-giving experience, is temporary. The appreciation for a gift is temporary. Generally, in most healthy and loving relationships, it is also not associated with the financial value of the gift. You know, someone who gives you a 1-carat diamond does not love you twice as much as someone who gives you a half-carat diamond. Some people might not feel that way, but by and large, people do. So the problem is, all gifts are temporary. The first solution to that problem was the gift subscription. I can get someone a gift subscription. I can buy them flowers. Not once, but once a month for the entire year, right? It's a pretty slick solution.
It's like Birchbox.
I pay for it, or like Birchbox, or lots of other programs like that. So I buy flowers. Month 1, hooray! Month 2, yay! Month 3, oh, flowers. Month 4, oh, flowers, okay. Now, they don't ever get to the point where I don't like the flowers. The impact is not there in month 7. The impact was there in month 1. The impact is less as time goes on. And then what happens in month 13?
There's no flowers.
There was an expectation of a gift, and now there's not one. So now it's worse than if you had bought nothing at all for an entire year. So they stop. So what I want to do is I want to solve both of those problems. And I'm going to solve those problems by eliminating expectations and enhancing surprise, and then we'll throw in controlling for disappointment. I'm not sure exactly how well that's going to work, but we've got plans for that. So let's talk first about how we're going to do that. Well, the reason that the flowers become less effective over time is because they're expected. So if we don't have a regular schedule, things would be less likely to be expected. When you're, I'm getting lost in this. It's weird. I've done this like 20 times and I haven't gotten lost, but for some reason today I'm getting lost. I think it's because I have notes. I don't need notes for this. Okay, back to the story. Okay, so the things we have is we want to have gifts that I can buy and reach someone on a meaningful level on an ongoing basis, but not on a regular basis, because if you get a gift on the third Thursday of every month, you're going to come to expect it. So we don't want that. So the one thing that we have to do is make the gift-giving experience irregular. And then we have to make it irregular both in time and in dollar amount. So we have companies like Birchbox that send you a $75 gift box every month, and they're super awesome for a while, and then they're not anymore. A friend of mine actually got me to sign up with one of these things. It's called Rob Vices. I thought it was going to be amazing. Let me show you the video of what he got his first month.
Our theme in September is reset. This takes inspiration from Henry David Thoreau. This is Kentucky bourbon black pepper artisanal caramel. This isn't the stuff you had at the ballpark. This is a transcendental experience. Gold, true liquid gold. The result of a bold alchemy from artists in Napa Valley. The MH Points, the master and dynamic, over your headphones, true sound tools for creating. Welcome to Rob Vices.
So trendy.
That box costs $85.
Nothing can be that good there though.
What's that?
There's no way everything is that good that he's saying is in there for $85.
You can buy those headphones on Amazon for $400. I looked today; they're actually available for $389, so they've dropped in 10 bucks. The wine is $69 for a half bottle. That was a half bottle. It's good stuff. Their business model is they're basically giving these products to tastemakers. That's how they're getting companies like Master and Dynamic to give them $400 headphones, and where they can sell them for $85. That's sort of their business model, is they're getting deep discounts. So I hear this and I'm like, oh, super awesome. I'm gonna sign up for it. And so I did. And this is the box that I got month one. It's a golden ticket for a hat. Comes with tape measures, so I can measure around my head. And it comes with some pieces of cardboard, so I can pick what color I want my hat to be. And what else does it come with? Oh, some other pieces of color in here, so I can pick what color my hat band is going to be. I was disappointed. So this is a problem specifically with box companies. If you don't know what you're getting beforehand, you might become disappointed. So now we have the problem of regularity, and we have the problem of disappointment. Month two, I decided, actually I didn't decide, they bill you for the next month before you receive that month. So I was already on the hook for it. So I waited for month two to show up. Month two was better. I feel better about month two. Month two, I got some really, really nice tequila. Some other really, really nice tequila. some cute little glasses, and an artisanal sucker with a worm in it. And the sucker is probably not that big a deal, but it's kind of cool having a cut space specifically for a tequila worm sucker. And it kind of makes me a little bit happy. So that made me happy enough that I'm excited to see what they send me next month. So we have ups and downs with this product model though. And that's problem. Okay, so let's address problem one. Let's not leave that out. Problem one is this regularity thing. Well, anyone who's ever trained a dog or a 2-year-old or has looked at anything about behavioral psychology realizes that the best way to get a good effect is through irregular punishment and rewards. Now we're talking about someone we love, so there will be no punishment. But having rewards timed on an irregular basis only makes good sense because the predictability in the mind of the recipient is what takes away from the gift. So why would you give someone a gift and then do something to take away part of its value? That doesn't make any sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge you some money every month. How much? I don't know yet. $50, $100, $1,000 if you're a roller, right? We're going to charge you some money every month. And then we're going to send you some experiences from time to time. How often? I don't know. Maybe we're going to send you coupons to stop by and pick up free roses. And then 2 weeks later, we're going to send you something for a night out for 2. And then maybe we're going to go a month and a half without sending you anything, and we're going to send you a diamond necklace. I don't know. I don't have the specifics yet. The important thing is that the timing is irregular. And the timing is irregular so that no one ever gets used to it. Also, we're going to deliver this to your place of business. The other person is not going to know that you made a conscious, loving decision to support your relationship in an ongoing manner.
By having someone else pick out the gifts.
We'll get to the picking out part in a minute. But by having the gift giving process managed, yes. It's going to be managed to a certain extent. And the reasons for doing that are obvious. We're all super, super busy. And figuring out, planning. I have had to do, my anniversary's coming up. I'm going freaking crazy. I know everything my wife loves. I really do. And getting everything to work out is a full-time job. It's like I could take a day off and plan for the 28th, but I'm not going to. Because I care about you guys almost as much as I care about her. And I'm just not going to make that trade-off. So I'm doing things, 10 minutes on the phone here, 20 minutes here, so on and so forth. Anyway, so if we're going to manage the gift-giving process for you, not entirely you're going to have input. You're going to have the right to reject anything. You're going to have the right to pass on anything. But we're going to say, hey, we're going to send you this. Here it's going to be, and we're going to set it up. Okay, now, item 2. Disappointment, or no one wants a frickin' straw hat. Let's just call it the no one wants a frickin' straw hat section. I'm going to send off for it. I think I'll look dashing. I don't know. Some of the stuff you're not going to like. So the obvious easiest thing to do is allow you a pass, right? If I set up a dinner for you and your wife at a sushi restaurant and she's allergic to tuna or mercury. Who's allergic to mercury in here?
Everyone.
Well, see, I actually spent a few years in West Virginia at another university. The people in West Virginia are twice as tolerant to mercury as everybody else on the planet. Now, that's a complete and total lie. But if you look at the statistics the government has put out, they're allowed to have twice as much mercury in their water in West Virginia as we're allowed to have anywhere else in the country. Why? Because they do. Because we've raped West Virginia for 100 years, and the mercury is going to be there, so you might as well get used to it. It's awesome. Okay. So you don't like it, you can pass on it. But more importantly, what we would really like to do, we would really like to customize the gift, customize the experience to your significant other. That's what we want to do. We want to give them something they really want. Now, how are we going to do that? By using publicly available information. What do they look at on Facebook? What websites do they look at? Where do they go? Where do they go? Now, we're not doing anything shady yet. Just, you're going to tell us, what's your wife's Facebook name? What's her Pinterest board? What does she pin? What does your, I have a Pinterest, right? It's all like handguns and architectural design. Weird combination, right? But that's what it is. It's all, there's like 3 handgun boards, 1 libertarian board, and 2 boards of architectural design that's all mid-century modern. That's my life in a nutshell. So you get me a kidney bead desk and I'm there. All right. So, give your husband's Pinterest board, whatever, what websites, does he go on, what's his Reddit username so we can look at what he posts about in Reddit, so on and so forth. We're going to take that publicly available information, we're going to figure out what does he like, what does she like. And then, not all the time, because we can't do it all the time because of the real world, but when we can, we're going to customize the experience directly to something that the person that we're getting the gifts for really wants. Something that they've expressed an interest in. Okay? Then we can step up from that and we can say, you know your husband really well, you know your wife really well, you know your significant other really well. They share things with you that they don't share with everybody else. Say their Amazon wish list. If you would share their Amazon wish list with us, we can take that into consideration when we're making suggestions as well. And you can share other information that way. Then we get to the point where we're going creepy and quite possibly illegal. You could put a small tracking device on your significant other's phone and or computer, and we can see everything they look at. Now this, yes, it sounds pretty bad, I admit that, but how would you feel if you had been looking at a particular set of high-heeled shoes and you had looked at them on a website and put them in the shopping cart and taken them out, and then the next week you saw them on a different website and you put them in your shopping cart and you took them out. You did that 3 or 4 times. At this point, we really know you really want those shoes. So what if your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, significant other brings those home? Says, I thought you might like these. That seems like a real win to me. It does seem like spying. And I'm not completely comfortable with the third aspect of it. The first 2 aspects I'm perfectly comfortable with. I have no problem with those. That's my vision for this business as it exists right now. That's where I think the box industry, and I really think that this changes the box industry, because the box industry is something, but it's not right yet. And the reason that it's not right is those 2 things. One, after a while, I'm going to get bored of that black box. And 2, I'm going to get 1 too many straw hats and I'm going to cancel them. So we're changing that. We're getting rid of the boredom. We're getting rid of the straw hats. And I think we're making a really, really good product. That's my presentation. Yes?
So for that last bit where we're using information about where, like publicly available information, how would you feel about